Yo, here is what to do if your opponent plays too safely, builds way too safely, he has phase rush in this case, so even his rune is safe, and they barely even step up. By the way, this is like one of the best Garen players out there, Elo Lesio, 2.6 million points. We are slowly pushing, doing my best to deny as much CS as possible, spinning in for a grass proc. Even, defensively, you're gonna hear this word many times, he defensively W started. And you want to slowly push, you don't really want to fast push, because if you push fast, less minions gonna die. Meantime, the minions are fighting each other, which means he gets more CS. So very minimally, you want to also like keep on some pokes. And again, just nicely, we're gonna last hit everything, slowly push, so these minions are killing my minions, so he's getting less hits. Now notably, again, because he builds so defensively, and he also has speed runes as well for some reason, like this guy is really all about like the defensive stats. We get to weave in this way very nicely. And even here you're gonna position very like offensively, so every time he wants to take a last hit, he has to actually like take a basic attack from you. That's like very important to watch out for. And as far as you guys notice, like always, even now on cannon last hit, we are threatening a basic attack, spinning back. Always threaten something. Even here we are threatening, so he loses a basically a minion to the tower shot. And so now we are warding as well, because just in case Vi is spatting top lane trying to level 3 us. That could be like our main concern, the enemy jungler, but he presses W, and again I don't over push the wave with my E, I just go for a softer spin. So more minions will potentially like die during this slow push sesh, and the minions are not quite under his tower, so he has to still struggle for last hits. He does spin, gives a free spin, so I couldn't really punish him. Intentionally I'm not Eing because I'm over pushing the wave, that's the thing guys. So then it becomes a bit like tough to like punish him, but now that the crystallize ban growing more and more, the more damage you deal to the tower, and we are level 4. Now what you wanna do is just press W on your opponent so it reduces his damage, and notably at this point you got one plate. He's focusing the minions. Now Gaby, what if he focuses you? Trust me, if you press W on him, he will deal little to no damage to you, and he will lose CS to the tower, and you can press Q after to heal up. Like, is not really getting anything out of that, I'm telling you. Now what's interesting is that what you want to do to keep maintaining your pressure is we are chipping his HP, spinning in, and chipping his HP as much as possible. Now as far as you guys noticed, we do have grasp. Now normally you would think lethal tempo isn't that good into Garen. If you would have to take Conqueror, then I would say it could work, but you don't exactly know his rune choice, so you always go for the most consistent one, grasp, because this does play around both of those runes. Let's skip forward a little bit, because again it's just like a slow push, which I don't have to like. It's just like a simple slow push guys for now. And again we're gonna W him and just spin out, basic spin out. So we did actually get a nice damage, nice demolish proc on his tower, and now we're gonna get the plate off because the crystallized overgrowth came back. We spin in and we swing in as many basic attacks as possible, use our Q to heal up, and again we just commit into a slow push so he loses as much minions as possible. You guys already know the drill. Wing him. If you use W on him, it puts his passive on cooldown, which normally would allow him to regenerate HP, so it's really neat against that. W him again to reduce his damage, basic spin out. He didn't use his W in time because this time my mind game. So sometimes intentionally you can delay your basic attack E, because he could just W when he tried to basic E and that would soak it. So if you just walk up pretending you want to do it, you're gonna get his W out, and then you're gonna basic spin, so you get damage value on his HP bar. And here I got in fact 2 basics off, because I'm gonna heal up anyways. But at this point soon I'll have to recall though. He did choose to be at this point. I waited the 8 seconds off, so he recalls, and now practically we can get the wave in, and arguably this is a really nice spot to be in because we got the wave in. practically we got a Vamp Scepter, so we can play even more aggressively. We are rushing Borg here. And ideally you have to again just put as much pressure as possible on his tower, just because like he builds very defensively. But what's the upside of building very defensively? Now the upside is that he's worse at wave clearing, and he's also worse at dealing significant damage into your HP bar, so it's difficult for him to zone you off from getting his tower slowly, from getting his plates. Even here I'm only spinning when I'm not touching the wave, because we want to commit into a slow push, as far as you guys noticed. That's how threatening your basic attacks are, if you think about it. And then here we go for something heavier. Heal up completely, so his pokes did really nothing. And at this point most of the Garen players would be just like mentally cooked. This guy did build defensively though, so it's a bit harder. And even without spin up, you can just walk in as per usual and just swing at his tower. Now he knows that he will not deal damage to me. In there I was intentionally not basic spinning, just in case he uses W. He didn't really use it, so I think he did win the mind game here. He did win the mind game here, and again just like basicing, only spinning if the wave is not getting touched. If the wave is getting touched, then we will not. Oh, I missed again. I canceled the basic there. Sometimes I'm stressing the last basic attack and I'm cancelling it, as far as I noticed. But I came over that habit, but sometimes it does still like happen. Now they're pinging that they want to dive at this point, and my jungle does step up. If my jungle wouldn't be here, I would still like try to like chunk his tower as much as possible to get the first tower gold value, to get the nice amount of plates. But my jungle does come and he's zoning pretty hard. Actually got also like some grubs for me. Now the good thing is that we get to chunk the tower for now. If your jungler is not here, you still could get like one plate if he's just getting grubs. But he's zoning, so we get the first tower of the map, right? That's super nice. Now, and the grubs are very interesting, by the way, because specifically into Garen, it could potentially reduce his damage if you position around the grub, because his E will deal the most amount of damage to the closest unit to him. The nearest enemy takes 25% increased damage, and if there's like a grub nearby you when you're kiting around the tower, he could also deal less damage to you just because of the grub itself. So it's super nice that we get to like secure it without me even rotating for grubs. But if you get to, you should rotate for grubs, because most of the times you get to like siege and push. In here I should actually spin when he's in his Q animation for a bit more damage, but it's not really concerning. At this point I'm fake recalling, and I did ward against Y, and I'm going for another nice plate, another basic Q, and we're gonna just weave in the wave. This is a little bit greedy, the wave is not really necessary, but you can do it if you feel like it. You can totally do it if you feel like it. Now we got our Borg, and at this point, as far as you guys noticed, we did get our Borg. We're getting on the next item, and this is how you actually punish someone that plays ultra safe, builds completely defensively and all that, because remember, everything is really exploitable, so even like defensive play is very, very exploitable.